Welcome to FCRB TV. I think it's August 4th, Sunday. I think so. Something like that. But so it's been, the preseason has been going on. All the European teams have been getting their games in. So what I'm going to try to do right now is I'm going to backtrack from the events today. The Community Shield took place today. Arsenal played in the Gampa Trophy match between Arsenal and Barcelona at the Camp Nou. I'll talk about that briefly. That game I didn't get to see, but I saw the highlights. We'll talk about that, and then we'll backtrack. We'll talk about the arrival of Nicolas Pepe. We'll talk about Harry Maguire on his way to Manchester United. We'll talk about the mess that's going on at Real Madrid with Hazard showing up 7 kilos overweight. Florentino Perez is not happy. The whole mess with Bale. Talk about that. Talk about just the transfer mill. I haven't said a lot about those things so far, and Turkish and Arsenal Fan TV. Those guys have been covering a lot of things, daily stuff, and I'm like, I'm not going to be that guy because they can cover that. And I'll just, the Premier League starts next week on Friday. Liverpool will host newly promoted Norwich. The Canaries, the Canaries are coming to town. They're going to Anfield, so the Hollywood is back. Hollywood of football's back. European football's back. So there's a lot to talk about. To start off with, I watched the Community Shield today, and the commentators, I think they were trying to sell us a product. They were trying to tell us it was a great game. There were some good things in it, but I think overall, both teams looked like they were in preseason. Liverpool looked like a shadow of who they were. They won the Champions League a few months ago. Even City, they did not look. They weren't sharp. De Bruyne had a bad match, but it's preseason. They did not look like the City side that just went 11 games straight with W's to win the league last term, and there was just you could see the errors. There was a moment where Gundogan came on, he's about to get on the ball, and De Bruyne is running back to the ball. They run into each other, and the ball falls loose to somebody from Liverpool, whether it was Jordi Gomes or Matip, somebody like that picked up the ball. Or there was a moment where Sterling was clean through and don't know what he was thinking, but he fluffed his lines and just had Alisson Becker pick the ball off his foot. Both sides did not look sharp. It looked like a preseason game, and I say it looked like a preseason game because we've seen other Community Shields where teams have looked sharper in that game at that time. What I can say, what I'll take from the game is that I think that Liverpool still looked the same. Their midfield was off the pace today. But there was no creativity there. Wijnaldum had a bad match. Jordan Henderson really does what he does, which is nothing. They just, they were always trying to hit. They were always trying to look for the counter. When City were able to drop off and take away space, Liverpool looked very average, and Liverpool really only got chances from set pieces, whether they were corners or free kicks, and they got their equalizer through a free kick. A ball was swung in back post, Van Dijk squares it back across, Matip knocks it in. That was all they really had. I think City played better football. City's new signing, Rodrigo from Atletico, what's the word? He played in the match. He played the full 90 minutes. He looked okay. He's gonna have to speed things up because the Premier League is a lot faster than La Liga, and he looked out of sorts at times. But it's expected. We'll come back and judge him come after the Christmas break, see get some games and things like that. But I don't see him starting right away. I think that a question about City is with the departure of Vincent Kompany, who is going to step up and man that back line. There've been talks that what's his face, Fernandinho is going to slide back in there at times, which I'm sure he will at times. But I think that it's a big year for big season for John Stones. He's got to really step up and try to own that. I don't think Otamendi is going to be the guy. I think Emerick Laporte is going to have to really step up as well. Ideally, it would be Laporte and Stones at center back in the big games for them. Um, uh, but yeah, I think that they're going to be okay. City, they will try again to go for it, But that is that. But yeah, it was a preseason game. City ended up winning on penalties. And then we'll see. I think that it's going to be interesting. Um, they talked about transfer over to the Arsenal Barcelona game today. Didn't see the game, but Arsenal lost 2-1. Suarez scored the win in the 90th minute. But Arsenal took the lead through Aubameyang, and but Nicolas Pepe did not play. Neither did Lacazette. I think he's still nursing that injury he picked up against Lyon in the Emirates Cup. But Arsenal scored a good goal. Mesut Ozil played a $1 million ball. I mean, the ball that he played into Lacazette to Aubameyang to score was absolutely brilliant, and that's what Mesut Ozil can bring. Now, we've got Dani Ceballos. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I said that if we get Dani Ceballos, I'm going to buy my family, everybody in Arsenal, a new Arsenal Adidas kit, and mine would say D Ceballos on the back. The British lads call him Ceballos. But I'm in America, and the Spanish names are Ceballos. But Ceballos, I'm a big fan of his. I live by an airport, so somebody just took off. So that's what you're hearing right now. But Ceballos is going to be a big player. I think he's fantastic. When he was at Betis, Arsene Wenger wanted to get him, but how that worked out, didn't work out. So I've known about Ceballos for a while, and the man can play, can pass. He said he's an artist, and Arsenal's his new canvas. So I'm really excited about Ceballos being here. So going back to Ozil played a $1 million ball today. The question is, how is he going to fit in the team with? How is Ceballos going to fit in the team with Mesut Ozil? I think that they're direct competitors for the same position, and I think that some people are saying that Ozil will play the 10, and then Ceballos will slide into the 8 and play alongside Torreira or Xhaka. And I think that is, in the Premier League, that is too lax. I think that is too much space given, because Ceballos is a playmaker. He's not really a tackler. He can be the next Santi Cazorla for us, I think, but it's a bit of a risk. I think there's certain games we can get away with it, but I think the big games against City, maybe City, because City likes to play, but United is not going to work. We're going to have to sacrifice something in terms of more balance in the team. But I'm really excited about him. Ozil plays that $1 million ball. Aubameyang turns Jordi Alba and smashes one past their new signing, Neto, from Valencia. They got the new goalkeeper. It's kind of funny. They kind of swapped keepers. Neto went to Barca, and then Silasson went to Valencia. But we took the lead 1-0, and then the word was Maitland-Niles. He had a horrible own goal, just passed the ball into the goal. And, word to the kids, when you're playing a back pass to your keeper, you've got to understand. First of all, you got to know if your keeper's left-footed or right-footed, right? And you've got to play it. And Leno's right-footed. So my man, Maitland-Niles should have rolled the ball onto Leno's right foot so Leno can smack it out, knock it straight out. But he didn't. He played it like towards the middle of the goal. And Leno's running to his right because he wants it out here so he can control and smack it long. But he played it to Leno's left, and Leno's running to his right, and the ball just went straight in the goal. But they said that Maitland-Niles had a good game up until that point, and then after that, he still played well. So, I said I only saw highlights, and then it was 1-1 at that time, and then Suarez scored in the 89th minute, and what was I going to say? Suarez scores in the 89th minute. A ball over the top. I think it was Sergio Roberto that played it. And Suarez runs in between Mustafi and Chambers, and people are gonna say, "Oh, it's Mustafi's fault." It's just as much Chambers' fault as it is Mustafi, because Suarez ran in behind Mustafi, but he was in front of Chambers. So Chambers sees him running. This guy, Mustafi, kind of may have saw him in his peripheral vision, but he's not really seeing him because he's looking towards the left back. So Suarez runs in behind. Chambers should have been coming in there to clean that up and cover him on the backside, but he was late, and the Suarez just swept it in, and needs a golazo. So it's just as much Chambers' fault as Mustafi, and that's why now we get to the Nicolas Pepe signing and the William Saliba signing, and things like that. We've spent our net spending is 44 million. Yes, Nicolas Pepe is like 72 million or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, 72 million, something like that. But we need to spend money on a centre back. Whether we bring him on loan, they've been talking about bringing in Daniele Rugani from Juve. They're talking about we're going to try to get Umtiti on loan. We got to do something, because we can't send away Mustafi when Koscielny wants to go. Koscielny's old, even if he stays. Mustafi's, he's calamitous at times. But I feel bad when he makes mistakes. But he has a mistake in him. That's the problem with Mustafi. Or otherwise, he's pretty decent, and he always likes to have a good game against Tottenham. So I'm always a fan of somebody who likes to have a game against Tottenham, even if they don't play for Arsenal. So, and then we have Socrates, who is, he's okay. So we need a new centre back, and we're talking about now. There's talk that we might get Coutinho on loan. Where is Coutinho going to play? What do we need Coutinho for? Don't talk to Barcelona about getting Coutinho on loan when we need a centre back, because Chambers isn't the answer. Ideally we start next Saturday with Rob and Socrates at centre back. And if Rob isn't ready, then we've got to put Mustafi in there, because it's not Chambers, bro. It's not Chambers. I'm sorry, Callum. I'm sorry, fam, but you're not ready for it. You can play Carabao Cup games. We'll let you play that one. All right. So, Nicolas Pepe, I'm excited about him. He coming from Lille in Ligue 1. He's a dribbler. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Yannick Bolasie. Yeah, the dude that's at Everton that came from Crystal Palace. Yeah, he reminds me of Yannick Bolasie, and Yannick Bolasie is kind of like a Wilfried Zaha, very direct, tricky, on the ball. I'm all about the pass. So I'm excited about Pepe. I want him to go out and have his fun, get us some goals. But we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works out. It's nice. I'm glad he's here. But like I said, he's like Yannick Bolasie. And Yannick Bolasie is okay. Would I want him at Arsenal? No, not really. But I think that Pepe gets the fans excited. It's pretty cool. But we need a center back. I would have preferred if we use the money to, how about this? Look, I'm not dogging Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe is here with us. Sweet. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited. But what if we didn't get Pepe and we got Coutinho on loan, right? And then we got a center back. We need a center back. We need two of them, to be honest. But anyway, that's where we're at with that, And I just remembered. So with the whole thing with Dennis Ceballos, I already ordered the kits. I already ordered the new Adidas kits. My kids will start school in September. They're both going to school now. And the little kindergartner, he's going to wear his home Adidas kit to school. And his older brother will wear the away kit to school. So we got them all ready to go. Because the Cronkies were able to find a way to get Dennis Ceballos on loan. All right? Ceballos. So I think that it's going to be interesting. I do like the idea of Aubameyang off onto the left, Lacazette up the middle, and then Pepe on the right, and then I guess Mesut Ozil underneath. If we're going to Old Trafford, because it's always a hard place to play. If we're going to Old Trafford, we're going to Stamford Bridge. We're going to who else? Oh, we're going to Anfield. Let's say we're going to Anfield. This is a team that I would play with what we've got right now. Bird Leno would be my captain. That's another thing that's been talked about this summer. Who should be the captain of Arsenal? I think Bird Leno. And the reason why I say Bird Leno should be the captain is when you think about it, when you pick a first 11 for Arsenal right now, what's the name that's always going to be first choice? Bird Leno. Everybody else can be changed. Everybody else can be changed. Bird Leno. 2, it's not ideal to give the captaincy to an attacker, because some people have said you want to give it to Lacazette, you want to give it to not Ozil, because he's not going to play all the time anyway. So they talked about Lacazette, and then they've also talked about Xhaka a lot, granted Xhaka, but I don't think Xhaka can get it because he's not guaranteed to play all the time, and he gives the ball away too much. How you can? That's like giving. Listen, we're not trying to be Liverpool and giving the captain's band to Jordan Henderson. Okay, they've got that wrapped up, giving the captain's band to a guy who doesn't really do anything. We don't need to follow suit and do the same. I'm not really dogging Xhaka that hard. Xhaka can pass a ball. He can pass, but with what we've got in our team right now, he's not going to be in the first 11, in my opinion. He's really not. He's really not. Well, okay, maybe he is. We'll see. But I would not give him the captain's band. So, as I said, Bird Leno is going to be the captain, number 1 in goal. Then, I'm not sure if Bellerin is ready. So, we'll say Maitland-Niles is going to start at right back. Okay? Center back, not sure if Rob Holding is ready. So, we're going to start Mustafi at right center back. Then, we're playing a 4-2-3-1. The left center back is going to be Socrates. Left back is going to be Nacho Monreal. That's another guy who could be captain. But again, I love Nacho. I love that dude. Like, I'm not a big on the whole celebrity front thing. Like, if I ran into somebody, would I say anything? But if I saw Nacho, I'll probably give him dap. I'd want to take a picture with Nacho. I've had this conversation at work. I would probably want to say something to Nacho Monreal because I feel like he's an unsung hero and he would appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I would appreciate the time that he'd give me if I got to meet Nacho. So I would play Nacho left back, and he could be captain too, but I don't see him playing all the time. So how are you going to have a captain who doesn't play regularly? You know what I'm saying? And the whole talk of Kieran Tierney, there's the Scotland boy from Celtic, if he were to come, they're still working on that. So if he comes, then Nacho's definitely not going to be playing all the time, so he can't be captain. But come Saturday, Nacho's going to start at left back. Then, hey baby. So that's my little boy Cristiano. So then in the holding midfield, Torreira's going to play alongside, and we're playing Newcastle. So I'll play Torreira and Granit Xhaka. I will play Xhaka in there. Right? I'll play Xhaka in there because I'm going to play Xhaka in there because I think we're going up there to Sir James Park, and I want to be sure Xhaka will be okay. You know, I don't want to play Ceballos in the 8. I don't want to. And then on the left you will put Aubameyang. On the center forward you put Lacazette, and then on the right you put Nicolas Pepe. You know, and then number 10 is going to be Mesut Ozil to start. You start Mesut Ozil. If it's not working out, you bring on Ceballos. You bring him on, and if Ceballos runs the show, then next week Ozil will be on the bench. You know, so that's my be quiet. That's how we run it around here. You get me? You gotta shut it down sometimes. So again, it's the 4-2-3-1. The 4-2-3-1. Captain Leno, Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, Socrates, Nacho, Torreira, Xhaka, Aubameyang, Ozil, Pepe, Lacazette. We're going to win 3-0 at St. James Park. Sorry, Magpies. We're going to smack you come Saturday. Smack. Yeah. Yeah, even with Mustafi in there. Yeah, we're going to smack him. So that's what I'm looking at. I would love to give Daniele Rugani a chance. If we could get, what's my man's name? Umtiti. Umtiti would be fantastic if we could get Umtiti. But, Taylor Twellman called him Umtiti. And then he blocked me when I tweeted to him, bro, it's Umtiti, not Umtiti. Muppet. Anyway, so I would love to get Umtiti or Rugani, or you know who I would love to get. I also heard through the grapevine that we have a chance to get George Mendes' boy Ruben Diaz. Did you see him in the Nations League? Ruben Diaz is a baller, fam. Ruben, them Portuguese boys can play. You already know. So, and all my Portuguese homies, yo, send that text. Tell Ruben Diaz to come to the Arsenal, bro. Yeah, because the word is, George Mendes. If you don't know George Mendes is the agent for Ronaldo and all them dudes, and he's a Portuguese dude. George Mendes is an Arsenal fan. That's what the word is. Yeah, he and Idris Alba. Yeah, they text about it. Nah, I'm just making that part up. But Idris does like Arsenal too. Yeah. But the word is that we could get Ruben Diaz. If we can get Ruben Diaz alongside Rob Holding, that'd be fire. And if we can get that, really, if we can get that, top four should be within reach. And we can be a dark horse for other things. But I'm not going to say other things right now because it's early days yet. So that's where I am with Arsenal. I was asked the other day by one of my former players, how was how do I like our transfer window? And it's a solid C plus right now. But if we can get a center back, we go from C plus to A minus. We just need that center back. And and you know what? And here's another thing. They keep talking about Tierney from Celtic. Why don't we go for Van Aanholt, the left back that's in the Dutch guy that's at Crystal Palace? Why not? Van Aanholt is a baller, dude. And the number 3 shirt's wide open. What are we waiting for? I don't know. I mean, maybe, I don't know if he's expensive. I don't know. But, dude, I would go for Van Aanholt in a heartbeat. Get that sorted. But anyway, so, yeah, we need a center back. If we can get that, our transfer window will be fantastic. Man United is going to get Harry Maguire, which I think, for competitive sake, is good for United. It's good for football. They'll be better because of it. They also got Wan-Bissaka. I mean, because their back line was a hot mess last season. But I think Wan-Bissaka there. What's my man's name? Harry Maguire will be good. Lindelof will join him, and then Ashley Young will play left back because the word on the street is the man is just too big. Is Luke Shaw? They said Luke Shaw likes steak and he likes fast food. He likes to drive through. They said when they came to the American tour, he was hitting In-N-Out Burger and Five Guys like it was nothing. But anyway, yeah. So my man, he's not gonna play. But yeah, United and they got Daniel James. They did the thing with Pogba wanting out. Lukaku. Here's what's crazy. They said that Juve is trying to swap Dybala for Lukaku. Why? You've got Ronaldo, right? You've got Dybala, but you want to get rid of Lukaku. And what are you doing, Juve? What's the point? I don't understand. It's confusing. I don't know why anybody would want Lukaku. Any top side would want Lukaku. I'm sorry, but Lukaku's not good. He's not good. He can go play for... he can't even get in the Wolves team. Wolves is too good for Lukaku. Wolves is way too good for Lukaku. Raul Jimenez does a way better job than Lukaku does. Lukaku's not good, mate. So I don't know what Juve is doing, but I did hear that United is going to stop their interest in Dybala. So I don't know what those two guys are going to do at United, but I'm not really worried about them. But it is important to talk to state that Harry Maguire is gone and Wan-Bissaka is there. So they will be better. They will be better than they were last season, but so will we. Then we transferred to the La Liga sides. Atletico Madrid looked fantastic. They beat the brakes off of Real Madrid. I know everybody saw that. They beat the brakes off them dudes. They looked good, okay? They looked real good. Saúl, João Felix, old man, forever old man looking, Diego Costa, Koke. They look good, bro. I'm not gonna say it because he used to play for Tottenham, but he was all right over there at right back. I'm not gonna say it. Who else is over there? Who else was looking good? Oh yeah, dude, Marcos Llorente at center mid. Man, he was looking good. He was looking good, bro. The dude was at Real Madrid and now went to Atletico. Yeah, he was looking good. So Atletico was looking good, but really, what's to talk about is Real Madrid. They said that this dude, Eden Hazard, showed up overweight, looking fat, not fit, not ready to go. And the word is he struggles with getting fit. Why? Oh, I don't even know, but that's an issue. And the whole drama with Gareth Bale. Now, with Gareth Bale, I think that Zidane has been rude and disrespectful to Gareth Bale, talking about he should have left yesterday, da 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 da. And now the word on the street is because Asensio got injured against Arsenal, and then Bale was supposed to go to one of the Chinese clubs for big money. Florentino Perez has canceled that deal, says that he's not going to let him go, and he even wants to keep James Rodriguez, who Zidane doesn't want, because he's worried about having bodies and having people who can really make a difference. So it's not looking good. And I also read today that Pogba's dream of going to Real Madrid has been scuppered because people don't think Zidane's going to make it to Christmas. So if Zidane doesn't make it till Christmas, guess who's coming in? Mourinho. So if Mao is coming in, he's like, I don't want Pogba. So Pogba can't be there when Mourinho gets there. So that's how far down the road they're talking and thinking about this. With Zidane and their preseason, how it's looking. So Real Madrid's looking a little rough right now. They're looking a little rough because Atletico beat the brakes off them. Arsenal drew with them 2-2, and they went to penalties, and they luckily scraped by. But that game was whack because we were busting them 2-0, and then they gave Socrates 2 yellows for nothing. They wanted to even the numbers because Nacho got red carded. Nacho, the Spanish, the Real Madrid Nacho got red carded because he handballed the ball in the box, whatever, stopped the goal scoring opportunity. So Real Madrid's not looking real hot right now. They're not looking real hot. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes for Zidane over there. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. Jovic isn't firing because they got Luka Jovic from Frankfurt. I watched a nice little documentary on Frankfurt today, and I was like, I felt it, man. I love football, man. And that club, Frankfurt, over there in Germany, what? They got history, man, and they got a lot of support, and it was just it's on Amazon Prime, man, and it's called what is it called? It's called Chance. The episode is called Chance, and it's called This Is Football, and it's called Chance, and they talked about Bayern and Chelsea beating Bayern and Bayern losing to United in 1999 and Frankfurt's all part of that. And then when Frankfurt beat them 3-1 in the German Cup in 2018, and Ante Rebic scored twice, mate. Man, listen, it was powerful. You need to watch it. I love football so much. I was cheering like the game was live, and that junk was 2 years ago, basically. What's the word? Real Madrid's not looking good. Luka Jovic hasn't had a good preseason. I don't know. But you know what? I'm not really worried about it because I'm paying attention because it's football. But I'm really concerned about the Arsenal. And the Arsenal, we're okay. We just need a center back. I'll take one because I know who we're working with Stan and Josh Kroenke, who don't know what the F they're doing. And, they think I'm not a sucker. Okay, they think they got us fooled because they brought in Nicolas Pepe. But really, you haven't really spent any money, bro. You really haven't. You can spend more. But anyway, I'm not worried about it. And also Christian Bielik has left Arsenal. He went to Derby County, I believe. From like $8 million, maybe something like that. Something like that. Don't quote me on the price, but Christian Bielik, the Polish lad who can play center back and CDM, has left Arsenal. So That's another guy who could have potentially covered at center back. He's gone. So Mustafi can't really go to Monaco, who's they said has been showing some interest, until we get a center back. But I'm thinking maybe if we do sell him, then we'll have a little bit of funds to get somebody else on loan or something like that. But they're gonna have to do something. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It all starts next week, Friday. I'm pumped. My club team, FC Red and Blacks, they just finished their season. I've got some gems in there, man. I've got some gems in there. The kids played well. I'm proud of those guys. No, we did not win the league in any of the age groups, but we played some good football and we've got some thinkers. You know, in our club, we want to get all the players to think about it. And like Dennis Bergkamp said, behind every kick of the ball, there's got to be a thought behind it. And that's what we really strive to get our players to understand. And we've got this kid in the under 13s. He's under 13, right? But he's able to play under 12. So he's a young lad, but he's a little playmaker, bro. Dude, we started him at center back, and then he has moved into the number 8, and then sometimes he plays the 10. Dude, he's fantastic, bro. I pay money to watch this dude play, and he's like 12. He's like 12. Fantastic player. I just hope he continues to play football because, you know, in America, we have lots of distractions. We have other sports. We have all kinds of things. So I just hope he continues. But he was great to watch. And then we have another player who plays the number 8 and the number 10 that plays on the 14th. Very good player. He really, you know, came into his own this season. And then we had another lad who he can play center back, he can play right back, he can play left back, he can play left wing. Dude is fantastic, bro. And he's 13. He's good, bro. I think he'll continue to play. He likes it a lot. But I just love it, you know. The kids played really well. We've got a fantastic goalkeeper as well. We've got some players in there. So they're all going to have a little break and then they're going to go play for their schools. In America, you play for your club, then you play for your school, then you play for your club again. But some portions of America, you don't play for your school at all. You just play for your club all the way. But those are academies or whatever. But yeah, so that's how it works. So we just finished last week. It was fun. Now we prepare for the next season, and as we prepare, we get ready for world football, man. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of Arsenal's transfer market buys and your feelings of our team to start against Newcastle on the weekend. And I even want to talk about Real Madrid or, you know, Barcelona with Frankie de Jong there. Frankie's going to do well, you know. Who else? You know, you want to talk about Christian Pulisic at Chelsea? They're really enjoying him. They say Frank Lampard is really enjoying him. So I think this kid Pulisic is going to be really good. You know, he's got a lot of pace. He's fantastic. He's got a lot of pace. He's quick. You know, so yeah. So let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe at the bottom. FCRB TV will be back after Arsenal plays Newcastle next weekend. Ciao.